Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. This video will probably destroy me. Sorry guys, but I made like this video 7 times and I wanted to talk about the Halloween tanks. I just go to the battles. I don't want to waste any time longer. The first thing we are going to talk about is the Annihilator. Sorry guys, but I just tell these things like tons of times. The Annihilator is a tier 7 hybrid premium heavy tank. So what's the difference between a premium and collector? A collector can be nerfed and can be buffed. A premium doesn't even get nerfed. So it better be a premium than a collector. But collector, when they are sold, they gave you gold, and premium gave you only credits. As you see, Annihilator has the booster, the NJ booster. Because I don't know why they put it, but this tank this doesn't feel like super fast tank. It's a quite slow tank, not the fastest, not the slowest, but one of the slowest. Yeah, the gun isn't is great, very great when you're face hugging or you're front or you're fighting low distance tanks. This tank absolutely smashes them. But we are fighting the longer medium distance. This tank quite doesn't get so overpowered. Even when you're fighting someone that is wiggling or making his hit points hard to hit, this gun can actually be quite challenging. This tank packages 200 millimeters of frontal armor, frontal turret armor, and like 100 on the frontal armor, or 120. But don't trust your frontal armor. Trust much more your turret armor, but not your hull armor. The hull armor this tank is quite bad, but the turret armor is actually good. The turret armor this tank is actually good, and the best position that you can get is to using your hold down when you're fighting a close quarter enemies. The gun makes 200 damage with a single shot, in a total of 630 in 30 seconds, and the DPM is very good, like 2600 damage per minute, one of the highest DPM on a heavy tank. Look how hard this tank punches. The rear armor can be penetrated with some HE shells with more than 6 millimeters of penetration, so don't give your rear armor to enemy tanks. The penetration is quite normal, 170 with APCR 220, but you can improve them like 180, 240. Here it is, 178, 231. With normal, you have less penetration. I just play with the Helsing, but it has the same gun of the Helsing, but it packages one more hit. But the accuracy is really less with the Helsing. Quite high hit points, as you see. Not the best side or frontal arm. The good armor of this tank is the frontal Turret armor, good view range, quite good camo. This is with my crew, with normal 20%, 12%. Look at the DPM, very good DPM. HE aren't quite good, dispersion isn't the best, and the speed isn't good. Talking about this second tank, I'm sorry if I don't have the best replay, but I just make one battle to see how it performs. But this isn't a bad replay. Like 1700 damage is higher than the average. And as I told, this battle isn't a good battle with the Lycan. Because the Lycan isn't the easiest tank to play. It's quite difficult, honestly. And the armor is quite great, but only in certain situations and certain tiers. I just want to show you. I hope tier 7s. Good, very good. Because against tier 8, all those fancy tanks quite struggles. Just you can easy kill the Annihilator with a VK 168. And I want really not a good team, but not the worst team. The enemy has 2 Annihilators, and now I'm trying to use my hold down as more as I can. Going back, just see how he bounced the first shot and how he wasted 2 shells. Not the best thing to do, honestly. That heavy tank is probably trying to flank here, and our heavy tanks aren't the best player, honestly. Look how he wasted again 3 shots. The gun on the Annihilator punch is good, 400 damage. You will see it like through now. As you see, the frontal armor of the Annihilator isn't the best. The Lycan has more frontal armor, honestly. He's trying, of course, to side scraping and to fool me, but we're not getting fooled, and we shoot an HE through there. When someone tries to fool you right there, and you know that you have more armor, just do this. That Annihilator is worried because he could lost all his hit points quickly, very, very quickly. That one is going right to my position, is occupying my position, and he dies like an idiot. I don't know what to do, honestly. My team is completely dying, and I really wanted to the other Annihilator to comes out. Not this one, but the other one, because I really don't want to. He just spent all the shots. I hope the mediums wins, and that Annihilator isn't good. He pushes like from nowhere because he wanted to patch some more damage, but he'll probably make me lose the battle here. Quite boring battle, honestly. Not the best that I could have. We bounce the haircut, and that Annihilator will die soon. Medium, I don't know what medium tanks are doing, honestly. Medium tanks aren't even bothering to help me because I think they don't care. He just bounced the last shot. Of course he bounced it because the Lycan has a very trolley armor. The other Annihilator tries to get me, but I bounced him, and those two there are sniping. As you see, the armor on the Lycan works well, but when you're getting noob teams, of course you lose. Of course you lose. Instead of surrounding them, they're just standing there camping. And this is why I hate to make this type of replays, because it feels very frustrating. So as you see, the Lycan is a great tank, can punch his more high damage, can block some damage, even with his frontal armor. Not only hold down, but hold down makes it harder to penetrate. But it works really cool, really good. Going to the Dracula. I picked this replay because these two replays shows you how Dracula and Helsing are good. In some ways, Helsing and Dracula's are better than the Annihilator and the Helsing. I have to make, sorry, I have to check. Yes, it's recording. I was waiting to struggle because this team I encountered only noobs today. Dracula is a very agile, not the worst sniper, but not the best. It has very good dispersion values when you're moving. The key feature of the Dracula is the track repairs in 1 second, so you don't have to worry when they track you. And it has a very good gun for being a tier 7 medium tank. The armor is trash, so don't grab the Dracula if you're trying to bounce shots. But the gun of this tank is amazing. Not the gun, but the accuracy and the speed of the tank combined are amazing. This tank is super fast. The gun punches a lot of damage. It's a 90mm gun with 160mm of penetration. So it has a very great gun, very great and capable gun. Look how it can try to outrun medium tanks even. The weak point of this tank, another freak point of this tank, that on the side has spaced armor, so you have to be worried about shooting HE on this tank. If you can shoot HE, shoot them on the turret, not on the side armor of this tank. All the Halloween tanks and the Wasteland tanks are great, but if you love some funny and more mobile and agile tanks, I think the Dracula is the best. As you can see, Dracula isn't a sniper, but in hands of good players, this tank can be devastating, and the team can even carry battles, even losing battles. Not this one, but I was near. If my team have done like 2k more damage, we'd probably won. But the team doesn't, so we lose. And unluckily, because this was a very great battle. Very great battle. As you see how fast and agile this tank is, that you can easily surround heavies, mediums, tank destroyers. The accuracy on the move is fantastic on this tank, and I just ran here because I saw that I lost. I couldn't do anything. I could try, but 99% I'd lose. As you see, my team doesn't make anything. Let me see. Yeah, the damage wasn't the best, but as I told you, this team weren't the best, because I couldn't even done anything, because the MT-25 just camps This Trevor, I don't know what he's doing. He was camping. He just pushed with a tank destroyer. It was completely obliterated, and the Annihilator was completely obliterated too. So I tried my best. But as you see, Lycan can perform good. This is a very great tank, but with bad teams, you cannot perform with anything. Doesn't exist the god tank that wins 1v7. And as you see, those teams are 1v7 because they practically doesn't do any damage, or they don't have it. Talking about another great Halloween tank, I think the best in every single field, like armor, gun, speed, is the Helsing. Why the Helsing? The Helsing is a fast tank with a great gun with some very trollish armor. I don't know the spot, but this is a tank destroyer, but this isn't a tank destroyer. The gun is awesome, much better than the Annihilator, because it has more accuracy. It shoots only 2 shots, so it's better for this type of this type of gun. It wastes more time to shooting. It wastes more armor, more ammo. And this tank is a very, very, very powerful tank like the others. The statistics of the gun on this one, on the Annihilator, are more or less the same, like the damage, the penetration, but the accuracy and the aim time is much better the Helsing, but the Annihilator has 1 shell more, as you saw. Other things to talk about the Helsing. Yeah, the Helsing is a very great trollish armor that can withstand some tier 7 shots, like you see on the Annihilator. Aside of describing the tank, are those tanks worth it? The Lycan was worth the last year, now it's not worth it. The Helsing, the Dracula are not worth it on the chest, but chests are never worth it. The Annihilator is worth it. The pass is really, really worth it. It wasn't hard to get him. I think the Annihilator will be in the chest too. And I didn't have any battles with the others, but I saw that there are the chest, the med tanks. There are the Smasher, the Gravedigger, the Tankenstein, and the Scavenger. Making a list about who's the better one, of course, is the Smasher. You know it, of course, you know it. I don't have to describe you how the Smasher is power creeper. It's much more power creeper than the Annihilator, because the Annihilator, for me, it has a worse gun. And going back to the post stats, as you see, my team doesn't did anything. So I really don't like talking about statistics. Yeah, quite good. The armor, don't trust these values, but don't trust either your armor. View range is very good for TD. Camo 2. Gun is awesome. Really great gun. 6 degrees of gun depression is one of the weak points. The speed is awesome, this tank. Just see some statistic of the Dracula. Don't trust this arm. The view range is good. The camo isn't the best. The gun has good penetration values, good damage value, good dispersion values, but the DPM isn't the best. There are other tier 7 medium tanks that have best damage per minute. The speed is the best in the game. The average speed is the best in the game because it is a tier 7 and has a tier 10 engine. Here the med tanks container. As I told you, let me check here. The crates are worth it only if you spend for finding the tank. You have to spend like 25 crates, certainly, but you can find the tank more easier. Check, not easier, but you can find the tank itself faster. Not faster, but if you're lucky, you can find the tank. But instead, but about that, the chests are quite worth it, honestly, because this chest gives you even free XP and the charm. So the charm is quite worth it. 25 charge, you have the tank. But they gave you like gold charms, free XP, and I grind a lot of XP, but I paid a lot of chests. You see here, I don't have any chests to show you, but as you see here, you'll see like 25 of them. You grab the tank for free, and yeah, the Smasher is a very great tank, the most overpowered tank in the game. The Gravedigger is a very great tank too. It has one of the best armor on the tier, but you have to pay attention about the gun depression, like it is like 12 to 5 degree. And you can feel them because this tank is very tall, and the damage per shot is useless, but HE are useless on this tank. But you have a 6 shell drum. And the last one is the Tankenstein, that depends. If you like slow tanks with not very good gun, but the armor is very solid. Not only the hull, but the upper part is very solid, the armor of the Tankenstein. It isn't a bad tank, is very low, is very underrated. With a Lycan, I have the half the battles, but I don't reach the damage of the Tankenstein. Even with the Annihilator is dropping down. The Gravedigger, even the Smasher. So this tank is very great. You can package it 2 guns. You know, I suggest you this gun because this gun doesn't give you the mantelet that covers your turret. But if you want just a fun tank that shoots, that doesn't need to shoot HE or gold ammo, and you want to do 600 damage, Tankenstein is a very great tank. Tier 5s, 2 wars on the tier 5s. The spike is just the Strava tier 5 with a med tank camo, and Scavenger is a very great and capable tier 5. Guys, I'm sorry if I made this a fast video, but I just made not so fast, okay, but I just make like 5 of this video, and I just spent 1 hour to do this video, only to do this video. I'm sorry guys if this video is long. If you don't understand anything, just write them in the comments. If anything, not anything in the video, but if you don't understand one of the things, just write it in the comment. If you have one question, just write in the comment. If you have like something to tell me, just write in the comment. Suggestions, videos, compliments, insults, just write them in the comment. If you like the video, put a like. If you don't, put a dislike, but tell me why, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.